Reeves Immigration Law Group now brings you immigration law on your side.
Magandang gabi, Vegas Pinoy. This is your Kuya Yo on PHLV Radio. Another edition of Immigration Law on your side from Reeves Immigration Law Group. Mga kaibigan, employment-based visa ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong gabi. Kasama natin si Atty. Flomy Diza. Mga kaibigan, unemployment-based green card is a process that gives legal permission for a foreign national, kamukha po ng mga Pilipino, to live and work in the United States. Other than family-based, employment is the most common route by which a foreign national can obtain a green card. Magandang gabi, Atty. Diza, and welcome again to PHLV Radio.
Good evening, Kuya Yo, at lahat na ating viewers and listeners. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat sa patuloy niyong pagtangkilik sa aming programa.
Maraming salamat, Attorney. And na-intro ko na yung ating employment-based visa category. Maraming mga nagtanong sa atin over the past few months nung in-announce natin na current ang EB3. Isa lang yan sa maraming mga kategorya ng employment-based visa, mga kababayan. Attorney, paki-explain po, Attorney, kung ano ang employment-based visa or EB1 hanggang ano ba, Attorney, 5?
EB5, yes, that's correct. At sa mga viewers natin at listeners, Johan, napag-usapan na natin yung family-based at one time, if you remember, di ba? There are several ways for mga kababayan natin to obtain a green card or immigrant visa. Isa dito yung family-based that we already discussed previously. Either you marry a US citizen or anak mo US citizen, or you petition a family member kagaya ng married children or mga children over 21 na pinag-usapan natin yung mga may preference category from F1 to F4, yung civil petition.
Right.
Now, aside from the family base, meron din mga humanitarian basis para makakuha ng green card through asylum or mga T or victim of crimes. Now, yung pag-usapan natin ngayon is very timely kasi marami sa mga kababayan natin na gustong makarating dito, yung mga walang kamag-anak. They are able to come here through what we call employment or EB employment-based visa. It's a process to obtain a green card through employment. There are several categories. Kung ang family-based merong F1 to F4, ang employment-based merong EB1 to EB5. Now, ang pagkuha nito, Johan, yung EB1, ito yung mga extraordinary ability. Ito yung tinatawag natin na in the field of science, sports, business, kagaya halimbawa ni Manny Pacquiao. Extraordinary ability yan.
At talagang extraordinary.
Sa sports, di ba? So, yung mga yan, hindi nila kailangan na employer. So ipakita lang nila that they have this capacity na tinatawag extraordinary person with in their fields, o kagaya halimbawa ng mga singers natin yung mga well-known Regine Velasquez. Now, but it does not only apply for people who have extraordinary ability in sports or media, but also for scholars and researchers. But of course, titignan din yung mga categories diyan. Kailangan meron silang mga tawag nito meron special na awards na binigay sa kanila, halimbawa sa Nobel Peace Prize, yung mga ganyan.
So dapat well documented yung
well documented, oo, sa mga awards nila or sa mga makikita sa kanilang i-search mo sa YouTube or sa mga social medias, makikita na ito ang kanilang performance. So yung EB1 with extraordinary ability, either hindi mo kailangan ng employer yan at current ang visa, Johan. So pagdating halimbawa dito ang kababayan natin, pwede na sila mag-file ng green card right away.
Wow, green card right away. Pero Attorney, kamukha ng, siyempre, for example, si Manny Pacquiao, I'm sure, hindi naman siguro niya gugustuhin na manirahan ng permanently sa United States. For those who have extraordinary abilities like him, who do not want to stay permanently, ayaw nila yung green card, meron pa naman sigurong non-immigrant na pwede sa kanila.
Yes, may category yun na O visa din, yung mga ganon, di ba? They come here to perform, on a temporary basis. Ito yung mga non-immigrant corresponding yung visa. But ang pag-usapan natin ngayon is yung sa green card, through green card process. Correct. But tama ka, may mga non-immigrant din.
Paano, Attorney, say for example, itong basketball player na ito, for example, in the Philippines, extraordinary ability, magaling. Pero medyo nag-retire na siya. In other words, his extraordinary ability is hindi nakarent. Kumbaga, nag-retire na eh. Gusto nang manirahan sa Amerika. Does that count still?
Hindi na. Dapat
Hindi na.
current yan, Johan.
Current.
Pwede
Okay.
siguro siyang pwede maging coach.
Coach, yeah.
Pwede na siguro i-fit in siya dyan. Lalo na kung maganda ang kanyang performance o kanyang previous achievements. Right, yun yung EB1. Yung EB2 naman, ito yung mga advanced degrees.
Okay.
Right? So yung mga may master's degrees, right? Or PhDs. Or kung wala man, let's say bachelor's degree lang ang natapos, but with five more years experience, pwede rin yung EB2. Ano ba yung EB2? Ito yung advanced degrees na pag tignan mo ang visa bulletin from the Philippines, Johan, always current yan.
Ang EB2?
EB2.
Okay.
Pero kailangan mo pa rin ng labor certification. So which is pag-usapan natin mamaya, how to get a green card through employment, di ba?
Correct.
So, yun yung EB2. Either you show that you have a master degree here in the US or in the Philippines, pwede namang kunin ng kanyang equivalency eh.
Okay.
Right?
When you talk about equivalency, at kunwari natapos siya sa UP or UST or some school in the Philippines na anong kanyang masteral. So, ang kanyang transcript, when you say equivalency, ito ay ipapakredential ba or we will submit that to a certain authority here in the United States to equate that into a US Masters?
That's correct. Oo, mayroong mga accredited ng USCIS para ma-evaluate yung kanilang credentials. That includes of course yung school, yung transcript, and even yung sinasabi nating 5 years experience, meron din mga accredited ng USCIS to evaluate their school records.
Attorney, nabanggit ko ito sa ating mga kaibigan from the Philippine Nurses Association. Palagi natin nababanggit. Ang dami kasing mga nurses of course dito. Ang tanong nila, pagka itong for example ang kanilang nabanggit nyo, yung labor certification, does it cover yung nurses knowing na sila ay Schedule A?
Yes, that's a good question, Johan, sa mga kababayan natin. Ang Schedule A ngayon is hindi exempted sila ng labor certification because nandun pa rin yung scarcity of medical RNs, specifically registered nurses and physical therapies. So yun maganda dito dahil hindi ka na mag-go through ng labor certification. So kailangan mo lang dito ng employer to file the immigrant visa petition. Okay. Which is as of now current pa pag nasa US I'm sorry, hindi na yata naging current, sorry, I'm going to take that back. Naging current sa ng July. Right, July and I think August, but now medyo nag-retrogress ng konti, parang 1 year ang waiting time. But it's still good.
Not as bad as before.
Yes, because dati, if you remember, Johan, it's like 5 to 10 years. Pero ngayon, lumalabas parang 1 to 2 years lang. Especially if you're in the US, mas mabilis ng konti.
Mag-a-adjust ka na lang.
Correct. Mag-file ka ng I-140, hindi mo na kailangan ng labor certification. And then once that becomes current and available, pwede na mag-adjust o i-process ng kanilang green card. So ito yung EB3, and I think previously pinag-usapan natin to, yung mga professionals, includes yung bachelor's degree, pwede rin kasama dito yung unskilled or skilled, kagaya ng mga caregivers, carpenters, or even cooks and office staff. So lahat ng EB3 category medyo mabilis na ngayon. So if you're going to compare yung EB3 kaysa sa family-based, Johan, so let's say may kapatid ka dito na US citizen, that takes 23 years. Pero kung meron kang prospective employer, kahit nasa Pilipinas ka, caregiver man yan or physical therapist or RNs, it takes only about a year to 2 years.
Mga kaibigan, I know meron pang EB4 and EB5, pero attorney, we will go head on to a break, pero itatanong ko sa iyo pag balik natin from a break is that itong EB3 employers, we wanted to find out who will qualify to file an I-140 petition for somebody who's in the Philippines. Maraming mga kababayan natin nasa Pilipinas ngayon, mga nurses, mga RN, sabi nila, nako, bungang gusto namin pumunta dyan, pero ano po bang klaseng mga employer ang dapat hinahanap nila? Mga kaibigan, sa pagbabalik po ng ating Immigration Law on Your Side, hatid po sa atin ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. They have offices in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, dito mga kaibigan, malapit sa PHLV Radio, San Francisco, China, and syempre dyan sa Pilipinas. Ang kanilang 1-800 number, 1-800-795-8009. Mga kaibigan, magbabalik po ang Immigration Law on Your Side.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has been representing immigrants for nearly 40 years. Reeves Immigration Law Group has been fighting for its clients through experience and expertise. With immigration lawyers you can access at reasonable fees even on Saturday. Payment plans are also available. Call us for your immigration solutions documents. We can do worldwide telephone and Skype consultations. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009, or call our Las Vegas office at 702-227-9888. Reeves Immigration Law Group's Las Vegas office is at 2770 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 105, Las Vegas, Nevada 89109. Reeves Immigration Law Group has offices in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco, China, and Philippines. See us at www.rreeves.com. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 702-227-9888.
Mga kaibigan, nagbabalik po ang Immigration Law on your side. Hatid sa atin ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. Kasama pa rin natin si Attorney Flomy Diza. Attorney, welcome back again sa Las Vegas. Last na nagkita tayo, sobrang init sa Las Vegas at ngayon ay medyo masarap na ang weather. And we hope you enjoy your stay here in Las Vegas. And Attorney, imbitahan niyo po ang ating mga listeners at this point sa ating Las Vegas office ng Reeves Immigration Law Group.
Yes, sa lahat ng mga listeners and viewers natin, we have an office in Las Vegas sa Maryland Parkway. Yung telephone nyo, it's
702-227-9888.
Sorry. Yes, meron po kaming lawyers who would assist you for your consultation. Tawagan lang po din yung opisina namin. And if you mention the PHLV Radio, we'll give you a good discount.
Yes, okay. And Attorney, mabalik tayo dun sa pinag-uusapan natin regarding the EB3 or Mapa EB2 man. It has been a discussion here at PHLV Radio, especially some of the employers who would want to sort of petition mga workers natin from the Philippines who will qualify to petition, specifically nurses or like for example mga hospitals dito sa Las Vegas. How will they qualify, or are they even qualified to petition for EB2 or EB3?
Yes, any U.S. employer, Johan, who needs a job in the United States are qualified to petition. The only thing that they need to prove is, number one, the ability to pay, right? Siyempre, kung hospital yan, established hospital yan, or even a care home at one point, or yung mga hospitals na kailangan talaga ang RNs, of course, they are qualified to petition. The only thing that they need to prove is the ability to pay.
Okay.
And of course, we have to request the prevailing wage. So let's say in Las Vegas, so before we even file the petition, titignan natin unang-una siyempre yung taxes ng employer. Titignan natin na at that time we file the I-140, meron ba silang ability to pay. Now, there's no problem sa mga big hospitals or even smaller hospitals. Ang problema minsan yung mga nag-uumpisa pa lang or yung mga agencies na nag-uumpisa, minsan titignan nila yung taxes, right? At kung titignan kung let's say nag-gross pa siya ng milyones, kung ang kanilang net income is mababa naman, lalo na yung mga starters, medyo delikado yon. But we have to explain na, first year pa lang to, so nag-uumpisa pa lang, but in the 5 years, siguro, ito ang kanilang expected income. So we need to see that in any employment-based petitions, kailangan makita natin yung kanilang taxes to make sure that they have the ability to pay the moment you file the immigrant petition or even the labor certification na pag-usapan natin later on. So that's number one. And number two is that kailangan ba yung sa job, right? So kung hospital yan at nangangailangan ng RN, that's fine, right?
Okay.
Kailangan mo yan. O yung mga care home, minsan kailangan ko ng electrical engineer. Sabi ko, is that really needed in your in your company? So kung care home company ka, I don't think mag-go through yan. So ang sa mga care home companies, pwede dyan ang administrator, right? Or caregivers. Yung mga ganyan. So, or dietitian. So maraming titignan kung kailangan or parang kasi titignan ng Department of Labor and USCIS later on na ito bang employment na ito kini-create mo lang para ma-accommodate, di ba? Itong particular person. So those are the two main things na kailangan i-prove ng employer. Siyempre, of course, yung willingness to do it, Johan. Kasi kahit sabihin natin na, minsan kasi ang employer kung hindi talaga nangangailangan at marami pa dito sa local, hindi na sila mag-aaksaya ng panahon to spend money for the lawyer, and wait for, a year or 5 years para makarating dito yung tawag nito, yung kalipe petition. But to tell you the truth, ang dami pa rin namang mga employers na talagang, despite the ads, and recruitment, wala silang makuha. Kaya they're willing really to do this process para lang makakuha ng magagaling at magatalino mga tao from the Philippines.
Well, sige attorney, tuloy natin sa iba pang kategorya ng employment-based visa. EB4. Bakit na tayo EB4?
Yes.
Ano naman po attorney ang EB4?
Well, yung EB4 ito yung sa mga special immigrants to, yung kasama diyan yung widow spouse, but kasama, no, I'm sorry, I'm take that back. They have the same form, but we're talking about employment. So ito yung mga religious worker.
Okay.
Religious worker, either minister, priest, Catholic priest, or any kind of religious denominations. Kasama rin dito yung mga minor children, may tinatawag natin na special juvenile, yung mga dumating dito na abandoned, yung mga abandoned ng mga magulang, kagaya ng people from Central America. If you remember during President Obama, and even today, may mga bata na dumarating, unaccompanied minors, and they are abandoned by their children. They can also petition under this category, special immigrant juvenile, at kasama dito yung religious worker.
So EB4.
Yes.
So well, I'm sure marami tayong kilalang mga paring Pilipino dito sa Las Vegas, baka naka EB4 sila.
Oo, totoo yan.
Ayun. So ito attorney na EB5 naman. A lot of people have expressed interest in finding out about EB5 because I think if correct me if I'm wrong, this is for those who can invest here in the United States, create jobs here in the United States. O ano po yung EB5?
Correct. Invest and have money, of course.
Okay.
Kailangan natin 'yan, 'di ba? It's what we call the employment creation, yung EB5. This is a very complex case as distinguished from the E2, and I don't know if we discussed this in the past. Ito yung mga they're coming here to operate and manage their own business as well. But the difference between the EB5 and the EB2 is that yung E2 are non-immigrants. So they're coming here to create a job as well, but they are non-immigrants. The difference yung sa EB5 is pwede silang tinatawag natin mga passive investor. Meaning may pera kang 500,000 or 1 million. The difference is yung 500,000 ito yung mga remote places.
Okay.
Right? Let's say you invest in a regional center where immigration lawyers would advise you, ito yung mga recommended na mga regional centers where you invest your money. So either 500,000 or 1 million. So let's say City of Las Vegas, kung may job creation dito, you put your 1 million, then that's what it requires. But the thing here, Johan, sa mga listeners natin, and I know a lot of mga kababayan natin, maraming, 1 million is only like around 50 million pesos, di ba? So marami sa atin are capable of investing in the US. But the difficulty for us attorneys here, especially sa Pilipinas or China or Russia or other countries, is yung tracing of funds.
Okay.
Minsan like, okay, so you're willing to invest 1 million, how much money do you have? Where does the money come from? So let's say you are what do you call it, a businessman in the Philippines. Siyempre ipapakita mo dito na ito yung pera, pinanggalingan ng pera, meron akong business and this is how much our income tax is a year. So kung kumikita naman sila ng mga 100 million, or even 50 million in several years, doon na-accumulate yung pera and ipapakita yung bank and everything, and to avoid of course yung nabanggit natin kanina, money laundering or the funds coming from illegal source. So gusto nila makita that the funds come from the legal source. So ito yung EB5. Now, that's only valid for 2 years. Para ka nag-asawa ng citizen, titignan nila kung yung investment mo would, prosper. Diba?
Okay.
Kasi i-revisit yan in 2 years time.
Wait a minute. Kung kahit na-approve ka na at nandito ka na, nag-invest ka na at lahat, it's valid for 2 years?
Only. Your green card, you're considered as green card.
Okay.
It's like a conditional green card. It's
Okay.
just like yung sa marriage base na binibigyan lang yung 2 years and you have to go back to USCIS and say that, look, this is what we are now. We created 50 jobs and
Okay.
this is what our company is now. So doon mo ipapakita ngayon para ma-remove yung condition so that you're able to get that 10-year green card.
Oh, ganun. So yun. Sa ibang EB categories, walang ganito, ano? Ito
Wala.
lang dito sa EB5,
Yes.
yung may conditional.
Correct. The other EB categories are 10 years once a green card is granted.
So ito pala mga kaibigan, 2 years trial period.
Correct.
Baka isara mo kaagad yung business na nilagay mo dito. So you have trouble adjusting to the yung wala ng condition.
10-year green card. That's true. That's why it's very important for our kababayan na understand yung process and everything. And of course, being an attorney, syempre din natin ipapromise na this company would prosper dahil you are at the risk of losing either
Correct.
500,000 or 1 million US US dollars.
Meron po ba, attorney, certain job or industries na mas magandang, kunwari, nasa Pilipinas ka, ikaw ay kamukha nitong atin, naggawa ka ng radio station dito sa Amerika or medical facility. Ano po ba, attorney, ang magandang negosyo na sa tingin nyo ay madaling ma-approve?
Pwede rin sigurong yung mga service industries, or mga food industries, marami dyan, Johan, nag-umpisa either as EB-5 or investor's visa at one point, or yung sinasabi natin na passive investor ka lang din, na you don't want to kind of, manage your own business, magbigay ka lang ng pera and wait and see ka na lang. But the problem there, siyempre, kakabahan ka doon kung hindi ikaw mismo. Di ba? Let's say, maraming investor dyan. And ang USCIS is very cautious about this process, what do you call this? EB-5 din, kasi marami dyan ang mga tawag nito, hindi nag-go through because of certain frauds, kung paano nila kinuha ang kanilang pera at paano mag-invest.
Okay, so mga kababayan, na isa na natin from EB1 hanggang 5, iba't ibang klase, and EB5 as Attorney Diza outlined, may condition ang first 2 years. So attorney, kung halimbawa ang isang tao sa Pilipinas o isang business gustong mag-EB5 dito, does it have to be an individual or a company? For example, a corporation sa Free Philippines. Ano yung magiging personality nila pagdating dito? Yung presidente lang ba noon ang pwedeng mag-apply for EB-5 o lahat ng board?
EB-5, Johan, is individual.
So individual
to.
Okay.
So you need to show that you have the money and you're getting the green card, essentially. So hindi pwede ang corporation because that's an entity, di ba? Hindi naman sila green card holder or anything like that. If it's company, it's a corporation, maggagawa sila sa E2. They're coming here to create a business.
Correct.
Now, some of the clients that we have, aside from having big companies back home, may mga pagkakataon din na may mga client kami where nanalo silang settlement for a physical injury. Let's say he was coming here on a tourist visa, nagka-aksidente and settled for like 10 million. Yung mga ganong sitwasyon.
Okay.
Yung iba naman nanalo ng loto. That's true. I mean,
ang sarap naman ng
exactly, wala nang the tracing of funds is very very easy kung tutignan mo, 'di ba? Hindi yung tipong provide mo na you have been in business for like 10 years.
Right.
But those are the examples that we have, yung mga EB-5 na may pera kaagad na you don't really have to explain where the source came from.
Okay, so mga kaibigan, kung meron pa kayong additional questions about EB-5 or any of the categories ng employment-based visa, pwede po kayong tumawag sa ating mga kaibigan sa Reeves Immigration Law Group. They have a lot of offices here in the United States, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, San Francisco, sa China. Kung nandiyan kayo sa Pilipinas, meron silang opisina dyan sa Makati, attorney?
Yes, meron kaming office sa Makati at may mga staff din kami tumutulong at kung may mga clients kami doon, they assist in the preparation of the forms and filling of forms and gathering of documentation.
Attorney, merong itinapon na question dito about related sa ating EB visas. For those who are already here in the United States, for example, dati silang non-immigrant, naka H-1B or something like that. Is there a way for them to adjust to an EB2 or an EB3 while here in the United States?
Yes, yon, as long as they are in a valid non-immigrant status, kagaya ng H-1B, yun na yung mga temporary professional workers or student. Nasa F1 student visa sila or even tourist visa kung nandun pa yung kanilang status at naging current yung priority date. And again, it's very important that they should maintain and did not violate the non-immigrant status para makapag-file sila ng adjustment once the priority date is already current.
So, for example, they are on H-1B or a J visa or whatever kind of F visa. Kung mag-expire, kailangan umuwi muna talaga sila.
Correct. Kailangan either extend nila yung kanilang non-immigrant status para they're able to get yung kanilang green card. Ito mga H-1B kasi, Johan, 3 years yan. Ito mga professional workers. Binibigyan sila ng 3 taon. And then, it's also extended to another 3 years kung maganda yung company mo, so the maximum of 6 years. So, ang kinaganda nito, if the company starts the labor certification or the I-140 right away during the 2nd or 3rd year, diba, maabutan nila yon.
Umaandar na.
Oo. And the good thing about the H-1B is that pwedeng extend every year after 6 years kung meron silang nakapending na immigrant petition na.
Oh, okay. Will they need unemployment authorization?
They don't need to kasi yung kanilang H1B they're authorized
Valid
to work.
pa rin.
Yes. But once they
Oh.
file the green card, they can also file for the work permit already and advance parole to travel out.
Now, segue to that, attorney. As we very well know, H1B is employer related na hindi ka pwede magtrabaho sa iba.
Correct.
Now, if you move to the EB3 category, now you can work for another employer.
Well, it could either be yung H1B petitioner mo can also be
The same person na
magpe-petition sa iyo. Pero pwede rin na sa ibang company ka, right? Kaya lang syempre the other company that we're referring to, if they're willing to petition for you if you're not working for them. So ang nangyayari yan minsan nagkakaroon ng transfer muna. So let's say yung company A ang nagpetition for the H1B at gusto niyang lumipat sa company B dahil mas malaki ang sweldo doon, di ba? At willing silang i-petition. So pwede rin siyang mag-file ng change of employer. Pwede 'yon. Pwede siya mag-change ng employer, same job, and then pwede siyang lumipat doon and then they can start the process for the green card. But also, kung willing pa rin yung employer na i-keep siya, okay lang din 'yon as long as i-maintain yung status ng empleyado.
Wow. So mga kaibigan, pinag-uusapan natin ang employment-based visa petition sa immigration law on your side. Maraming mga listener questions na tinatapon sa atin. Some of them probably will just give it to attorney and we will respond to you personally. So ito po, attorney, isa siguro, pero sisingit ko ito. Itong kanilang, sabi niya dito, itong kanyang nag-F1 siya dito, so student. And then siya ay nakatapos ng masteral degree because he was on F visa. Nung natapos siya ng F, so will he qualify already for the EB2 na nakatapos na siya ng masters?
Yes, qualified siya, but of course titignan din natin yan kung ang job ba ino-offer sa kanya, does the job require the masteral degree?
Oh, okay.
Right. So it's not necessarily like, okay, master degree ka na and then you can fit into any kind of job offer.
Okay.
It's not. It should fit into the job description na ina-applyan mo.
Correct. So for example, ang nagpe-petition sa'yo is for a position in a care home, for example, na yun ay available naman for LPNs, for example, which does not require a masteral degree.
Correct.
So hindi po pwede yun.
Hindi po pwede yan.
But if you're being petitioned or hired as an administrator maybe, or anything na higher na kailangan ng masteral, then you can use that.
Correct. Ang tanong
okay.
dyan is the minimum requirement here requires a master degree or 5 years experience. Yeah,
Wow.
isa-segue ko rin konti, Johan, sa mga listeners natin, before the employer can file the I-140 or immigrant petition for the green card, kailangan muna accept yung RNs and physical therapies, kailangan ng labor certification.
Okay.
Ito yung preliminary step before you can even file the I-140. Ito where even EB2 na pag-usapan natin kanina, yung advanced degree, kailangan pa rin na mag-advertise ang employer to make sure that there's no displaced US citizen on that specific offer. They have to prove, the employer has to prove that no qualified, willing and able US citizen to take the position. And how do they do that? Right? So unang-una kailangan sila mag-post sa kanilang website that we need a caregiver or an engineer.
Sa mga dyaryo siguro.
Sa dyaryo, that's also a requirement. It's a requirement that they shall advertise 2 Sundays in a newspaper of general circulation dun sa area nila. Post in their website sa Department of Labor, and then also sa kanilang facilities kailangan nandun. May posting yan, and of course there should be an honest recruitment.
Right.
Good faith recruitment. Meaning, let's say na may mga 5 nag-apply, hindi mo pwede ibasura yon kasi sabi mo ito
Walang nag-apply.
Exactly, nakalaan na ito kay itong taon na
Right,
gusto namin.
right.
They cannot do that because i-document mo lahat, like there are people apply, this is what we did, we call them, we sent them letter, we set them for interview, but they never showed up. They showed up but they don't want the time of work, or they don't like the
Right.
salary, so merong reason to disqualify. So then you have to state that on the recruitment. So once nobody is willing and able to take the position, doon ka magpa-file ngayon sa Department of Labor. Tinatawag natin na labor certification, certifying that there's no willing, able, and qualified U.S. citizen. Then once you have that approved by Department of Labor, and that takes about 8 months din.
Wow, matagal din pala.
Oo, 6 months siguro to 8 months. Kasi mag-advertise ka Magre-request ka muna actually ng prevailing wage. Ito, halimbawa sa Las Vegas, ito ang mga engineers, ito yung salary na kailangan, and then mag-advertise ka, then may mga ka dyan, then magre-recruit ka and everything, and then magpa-file ka sa labor, and you have to wait for the Department of Labor to certify that. That alone is 6 to 8 weeks. 6 to 8 months.
Wow.
Then once you have that approved, you have 6 months to file the I-140 na nabanggit natin kanina. So if you are EB2, right, na-approve na yung labor certification mo, pwede lang concurrent filing mo para ka nag-asawa ng citizen, di ba, na immediately available ang visa. So kung EB2 ka, kasi advanced degree, yun yung titignan mo sa visa bulletin, di ba? You can file the petition and the green card right away. So yun ang kinaganda ng mga nasa EB1 and EB2.
Wow. Attorney, just one last on itong sa EB2 na ito. Nabanggit nyo kanina that even if you don't have a master's degree but you have like a 5 years experience of some sort, say for example in the Philippines, you're coming in here in the United States as an RN, for example. Wala kang master's degree but you've been say for example a director of nursing somewhere in sa St. Luke's or wherever. That kind of an experience, ano yung weight nun sa application mo? Is it gonna help?
It does help kung yun ang kailangan ng job. As I said, ano ba yung ino-offer sa employee? So let's say it's not just a regular RN, but if they say it's gonna be a managerial or director of RN na kailangan ng 5 years, then that individual and employee is qualified. Magagamit niya yun.
Magagamit.
Well, sa mga kababayan natin, I came here I got my green card. This is in-person experience, EB2, because I am a lawyer back home that's considered kind of masteral or doctorate degree, di ba?
Yes.
So immediately available ang visa at that point in my situation, so I was able to get the green card as an EB2 with that advanced degree. So the same thing with the weight na sinasabi mo, the experience also help a lot kung wala kang master degree. But again, would there be a hospital or an employer willing to offer you that job? Kasi the more experienced you are, right, or the more advanced yung degree,
the more expensive you are.
Correct, the more expensive. And are they willing to do that? And are
Right.
they willing to, baka naman siyempre meron na sila and everything, but definitely marami pa rin ang nangangailangan ng mga EB2s dito sa US.
Wow. Okay, so mga kaibigan, loaded ang ating episode ng ating Immigration Law on Your Side, brought to you by Reeves Immigration Law Group. Bago tayo mamaalam, attorney, I'll give the floor to invite our listeners again to check out and contact the Reeves Immigration Law Group offices across the country.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, Johan. And sa mga listeners and viewers namin, keep on listening to our program, Immigration Law on Your Side, and all the programs of PHLV Radio. At Reeves Immigration Law Group, we have 12 attorneys. Most of us are immigration law specialists. We have several offices. I'm based in San Francisco and also manage the Las Vegas office. We have an office in Los Angeles, China, and one in Makati. The employment-based immigrant visa is a complex process at sa mga kababayan natin na gustong mag-immigrate through employment, kailangan po ninyo ng employer. That's the number one na tignan ninyo, and if the employer is willing to petition for you, kung may mga kaibigan kayo at kamag-anak dito sa US, sila ang pakontakin ninyo para matutukan kung ma-follow up sa mga employers to contact an attorney and provide the necessary documentation. We can offer, as we mentioned, in-office consultation or televideo, teleconference, or even Skype and Messenger consultation worldwide. Maraming salamat at magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much again, Attorney Flomy Diza, partner at Reeves Immigration Law Group. Thank you so much again for all the information, all the insights, and it's always a pleasure to have you here at PHLV Radio. Mga kaibigan, meron silang opisina dito sa Las Vegas para sa ating mga Vegas Pinoy dahil nandito nga sa Las Vegas ang PHLV Radio. Ang kanilang number 702-227-9888 dito sa Las Vegas. Vegas. Pero naman dun sa kay attorney sa San Francisco, it's 415-568-3777. And also sa Los Angeles, 626-795-6777. At may opisina rin sa Philippines and China. Ang kanilang 1-800 number ay 1-800-795-8009. That's another episode of Immigration Law on Your Side, brought to you by Reeves Immigration Law Group right here at PHLV Radio. Ito po inyong Kuya Yo. Until next time.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has just brought you Immigration Law on Your Side. Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific on PHLV Radio.